I call Canada and Austria home. This makes my life richer, fuller, and sometimes a little crazier. As you can see from my wardrobe, I have my Canada shirt and I have my Austrian necklace with Edelweiss and Edelweiss, just to give you kind of a picture of what it is to share two countries in your heart. So I would like to share with you 5 things, wonderful and sometimes funny, that my heart countries have taught me. This is the Everyday Princess. Hi, I'm Leanne. Welcome. Now I'd like to go right ahead and jump in. So let's get started. Number 1, just because you fly from Canada all the way to Austria, I have learned it does not mean you won't get the sibling question. And what question is that? Well, I have 8 siblings, so I heard it all the time. Are you so-and-so's sister? I was here a matter of days. We were invited to a family from Canada for supper. And I walk in the front door and the man says, "Are you John B.'s sister?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am. This is very surreal since I am so far from Canada." And he said, "I went to school with John." True story. It's a true story. And you know what? I was surprised, but I liked it too, because it was that connection between the two countries. Number 2, I realized that my countries each have a picture of the other. When I'm in Canada, I have to be very careful in answering the question, "Where do you live?" Because I can sound so stuck up. And I say, "I live in Austria." And they're like, "Wow, you get to live in Austria?" And here in Austria, one time I was standing in line at the grocery store checkout and had a stack of chocolate. And it turned out that behind me was a person I knew. And she's like, "Leanne, what are you doing with all that chocolate?" I said, "I'm going to Canada for a visit and I have to take chocolate with me, or I'm not sure my family would let me in the front door." And her response was, "You're going to the land of unlimited possibilities. You don't need to take this with you." That was an eye-opening moment for me in how Austrians see Canada. Number 3, you can learn about the people by looking at their houses. For example, in Canada, the houses generally don't have a fence at the front, maybe at the back, so you can walk up to the front door and knock. And that is what the people are like. They're open and friendly, and you can walk up and talk. In Austria, it's law that you have a fence around your property, and you have to have the gate open for you to go in. But when you get in there, flowers and loveliness. And that's how it is with the people. They're a little bit more conservative when you meet them at the start, but when they open the door and allow you in, loveliness and depth and amazing people. Number 4, language learning is a messy, humbling adventure. It's an adventure because you discover a whole new world. It's humbling because it's hard to say anything perfectly. And it's messy because you need to choose between, will I be a mess trying to make it a perfect sentence? Or will I do my very best and have it a little bit messy, but get my point across? So I choose the latter one. And the 2 languages. English, I find, has more variety of words to choose from. German paints a picture. Variety, picture. They're both good. One of my favorite words in German that paints a picture is Wahrnehmung. It's German for perception or to perceive. And it means truth take, to take as true. I just love it. I can understand what it is by the words they choose to put together. Okay, this is a princess channel, so I can tell you another one that I think is very funny. The word for cervix is Muttermund, mom's mouth. Okay, now, okay, some pictures you really don't need to paint, do you? Number 5, calling two countries home, Canada and Austria, makes my heart and life fuller and richer. And there's times when it makes me happier, and there's also times when it makes me sadder. The happier part, I celebrated on my 25th anniversary, which is a few years back, in Austria. I got 25 yellow roses, and I went to 25 people to hand them out to say, I never would have met you, known you, appreciated you, been a part of your life and you a part of mine if I hadn't crossed the ocean. And of course, the sadder part is that I crossed the ocean. And that meant on this side that I didn't get to hang out with my brothers and sisters or hold their babies or their grandchildren once in a while for a visit, but that's all. I didn't go to any hockey games. Honestly, I don't really watch hockey games, but I like the shirt. So there was loss there. And I want to acknowledge that because the truth is, I do miss my country. Country number one. And when I'm here in Austria, I'm happy to be here. It's home. And I miss Canada. And when I'm in Canada, I miss Austria. That is the hard part about living in loving two different countries. There's hope. Because daughters of the King of Kings, this is not our final destination. Jesus promises to come back and take us home. He's going to make this place a new world. And if you are a daughter of the King of Kings or a son of the King of Kings, we have a lot of time together in the future. And I know that those missed moments with my family and my friends in Canada, that I will be able to spend time with them in heaven. And we have lots of time ahead of us. That encourages me. That gives me hope. And if you are not sure you have that hope, I would encourage you to go back to my very first video, The Unending Love Story. And I'm going to get David to put the link down below so you can click on it and take a look at how you can become a daughter of the King with so much hope, so much real hope. That's all for today. From this Canadian Austrian heart to you, I wish you a blessed week. And if you would like to subscribe, you can also tap on the bell, and then you get a message each week when the new video comes out on Tuesday. And if you'd like to like it, I would appreciate the feedback if you did like it. And if you could just stop and think for a moment, who could be blessed by this video? And the truth in it, and the joy and the honesty. And maybe share it with somebody. Pass it on and say, hey, I thought you might be interested in this. So we'll see you next week. Bye.